Hello, hello! I'm back with another video. This one has been requested by Nick, who's been a subscriber since the early days, although this channel's only been going for a few months. Already lots of you have subscribed, by the way, so thank you very much for that. I think we've got nearly 500 now, which is brilliant. And lots of lovely comments too, so I shall endeavour to keep up the good work for you. But this one in particular is for Nick. As I say, I don't know how to pronounce your name, Nick. I think it's Cruz? I want to say Cruz. Anyway, the dude with the surfboard who has been commenting lots and giving me lots of good feedback. So he requested Yellow Moon off the Lightning Bolt album, so that is what I shall do in this lesson. We're going to go through the whole thing. He wants to learn Stone's parts and Mike's parts. So we've got Stone's parts on the acoustic, and then I'm going to switch over and do Mike's parts on the electric. Anyway, Capo on the first fret. Normal tuning, standard tuning, but you're playing everything in the open position. So in the tab, again, you're going to see it as if I play it in the normal open position, but if this is 0, this will be the second fret, so this is a normal D chord. Okay? On with the first bit. So it starts off with two chords, a D and an A over G, which is basically 4 open strings. Those are the first couple of chords. So when you hit the A chord, that's the first beat. So it's 1, 2, 3, 2. So that's the first riff. That's part of the first riff. It does change. Let's just look at that little chunk briefly. So the intro is... So that's the start of the riff. So in my head I count 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. So once you've got that down, then you're going to mess it up a little bit by counting, well, here's how I do it anyway. I count 1, 2 for the first A chord of the second part of the verse. So that's like this. 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Play that over and over again until you get that in your head, and then you just put the two together, like this. So the verse is bar of 6/8 and a bar of 5/8, this riff, again. And the next two bars are both in 6/8. And then you go to a G chord and a D chord with an F sharp in the root. And back to the A. So verse. So after the first verse, you're going to play one more of these. The 6/8, 5/8 riff. Then you're going to play another verse, and that is the 6/8, 5/8 riff and the 6/8, 6/8 riff, if that makes sense, which goes like this. end of the second verse, you're adding in 2 bars worth of just the A chord, both in 6/8 as well. And you're into the chorus. The chorus is C, D, A, G, the first time round. The second time round, you're going to play C, D, A, but then so you're going to do 1 bar of A. The second bar, rather than going to the G chord again, you're playing that 5/8 riff again. Okay, let me play that round. I'm just going to tab out the chords. I'm not going to do any of the incidental strumming bits. You can strum it however you want, but Stone leaves these parts quite open, really. Let me play the chorus round for you. 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. And then you're into the solo, and the solo plays over that intro riff. That 6/8 5/8 riff. So you play the 6/8 5/8 riff another 4 times behind the solo. After the solo part, you're going to come out into another verse, but the end of this verse gets extended. So once you finish that first verse, you're going to add on this little bit. And then you're into the chorus again, which again is slightly different. You're going to play around the first 4 bars are the same as the normal chorus, and then you're just going to play a C and a D before you go into the bridge section. So that sounds like this. And then you're into the bridge section. Okay, so again, not particularly difficult, just more stuff to remember. Okay, so the bridge section. The bridge section is just 4 chords. Stone does mix it up a little bit. I can see on live videos that he plays the A chord, the last A chord, 2 different ways. So here's the bridge in its entirety. Into the chorus. So again, there's some repetition, but there's an extra bit lopped on at the end. But to break that down, you're going to play. So that's the same as the A chord, but live, the first time round, he slides the G shape up 2 frets. So. Don't think he puts the 2, the B and the E string. I don't think he plays those, but you can do if you want. So he does that the first time. Second time, he just plays the normal A. So there's an extra bar of A in there. Then you go round again. Then you're going to go to G after 1 bar of A. So A, G, and then 2 bars of A. Then you're into the chorus again. So the chorus plays around, so this is the same section as the chorus before the first solo. So you're going to play the chorus the same way, and then you're going to go into the solo for 4 times round in the same way as well. But another slight variation is at the very last couple of bars of the solo, so the last time round of this riff. You play it like that, which is just 6/8, 6/8. So the very last chorus is twice round these chords. And then you play those 4 chords again. And the ending is C and D. And that is the end. I must thank Nick for drawing my attention to this one, because I didn't really, it kind of passed me by a little bit. I didn't listen to it too much, but after spending a lot of time figuring out the little minutiae of the song, it's a superb tune. I'm loving it. So so cheers for that. And let's have a look at Mike's parts. So I'm going to swap over to my electric. So let's look at Mike's parts. He puts a capo on the 1st fret, same as Stone. I think the reason he does that is because he plays the open G string when he plays this riff. And he does have a bit of whammy action on that note there, so you'll just have to imagine I'm playing that. He first comes in the chorus with this riff. And then you're into the first solo. So I'll play this through for you. You can play it in a couple of different places, but he plays it up here. At least live he plays it up here anyway, so. Okay, so that is the solo in its entirety. I don't know it very well, so I had to listen to the album while I was playing it. Here it is slowed down. So the first riff is probably easier if you start it with your 2nd finger. So that's a hammer on, another hammer on, and then a slide from the 8th to the 10th fret. 12th fret. And then there's a pull off and a slide. And another pull off. Okay, so it's. Then the next section is. Okay, so 15th fret on the 4th string. And then the 15th fret on the 5th string. And then there's a lovely little rundown, which is. And that is exactly as he plays it live, and you can hear that he does this thing. But it's because he's shifted his fingering. So, first part of that riff is, and the second part is, you've got to slide. So after this, the 15th fret you're going to slide the 13th and then pull off and then slide down to the 11th fret. So it's like this. Okay, then he does nothing again until the next chorus. Okay, so second chorus he plays his chord riff. So you're going to play the same chords again. And then you are into the middle 8 bit. Really difficult to hear when he plays over this bit, but I think he's just playing. Or, for those, rather than playing the, he's playing something up here which might be. So you can play either of those really, but just the root notes of Stone's chord. And then I think the last time he keeps the run going. Which harmonises and fattens it up a little bit. Coming out of that middle 8 section, you're going into another chorus. And then you're into the second solo. Okay, so solo plays this. A bend and a pull off from 17th to the 5th, 15th, and then which is just the 16th and the 18th fret. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then down to the 15. Yeah. And then the next riff is basically this. And then you're going to do some bends. And then you're back into the chorus. Okay, so the second time around the chorus he plays this lick. The second time around the chorus he plays this. Okay, so that is it. That is all of the bits to Yellow Moon. Apologies for the rushed bit of the solo. I would have liked to have been able to play it all the way through for you, but I'll do a cover version of this anyway, so that'll give me a bit of time to learn the solo. I just wanted to get it up, so Nick, you can start cracking on with it. That's it, so thanks again for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.